Hello there, this is TVC News with only one Kenobi, the one and Obi channel for Star Wars Vintage Collection news. Yes indeed, just before I get into some latest news, I wanted to just show you this room and how much it's changed. Excuse me, it's actually back to how it used to be. The reason I moved the fruit machine was always here when I first got it. Fruit machine? The Donkey Kong machine was here when I first got it, and I moved it over there because of this pegboard when I got this from Toys R Us. But as you can see, everything's off here now. I'm kind of clearing things out, man. I'm hoping to sort of change property at some point soon, so I'm breaking things down here, folks. So my collection has sort of grown and grown. That's one of the reasons why I want to change where I'm living, get more space. So check this out here. It's kind of bare in here now. This is the room where I do stuff behind the camera. I want to show you that today as well. It's a kind of a haul over there, some new stuff, and I'll talk about new news in a minute. But I just thought I'd show you that for your own interest. So there's this pegboard here, and I prefer the Donkey Kong machine like that. I was going to do some videos of, me playing DK. I haven't done it yet, but I will. I could. There you are. So and then look at it on the top here. This is just some stuff that I hope to review and stuff soon. I haven't opened that Emphas yet. I was kind of hoping to get an Emphas that was cheaper than that one. Maybe send that one back, because she was available for $5.99 in TK Maxx. That cost me 30 and something at the Entertainer. I'm not usually in the habit of taking things back and trying to, but then again, I don't know. Probably just open it. But this one here is the, I can't wait to get that open. And look at this. I've just check it. You know what I mean. Anyway, so this is all that's left for now. And I'm breaking down the wall in the other room, as you know. So that's it, folks. So what's the new news? Let's come in on here. I'll give you a shot of this stuff, and I'll tell you about some new news, some new stuff I saw today. So I went to Home Bargain. Firstly, there's some stuff hitting Home Bargain now. Entertainer. It's all been about the Entertainer recently in the UK. But the thing is that Home Bargain is back in fashion. This stuff is hitting Home Bargain right now for $1.99 a piece. I'll go through that in a minute. But so I went this morning, I saw some information online, and I thought, right, and there's loads of Home Bargains not far from where I live and where I work, so I was in the morning, and I did quite well, but more about that later. I'll show you that, and this is new. This came yesterday. Finally get one of them. I have a Comics and Cocktails skiff that has definitely landed. The Royal Mail sent me a little note to say that it was in the Postal Dispatch, so I'll pick that up on Saturday morning. And that just leaves the Jabba's Palace, which brings me to some new news. The Jabba's Palace is hitting the US market now. In Walmart, it's there. So go get them if you're in the US. They're there. I'm hoping more will arrive over here. It's been a bit of a fiasco on my ability to get a palace, but still I hold hope that one will appear, maybe at Echo Live or maybe even somewhere else. But anyway, for the meantime, I still have my hands. I got my hands on the hand carbonite, and also I got hold of re-yees on eBay. So I did it the old-fashioned way of bidding on eBay, and I will talk more about that when they arrive. But for now, that's all the other news. Yes, Poe Dameron is also hitting the shelves in the US. That's no good for us over here. So here's some images of some stuff that's obviously quite exciting for people over there. It's right there, you can tell that's real. These images mean it's on the market. So congratulations if you've won one or got hold of one. And I don't know what the schedule is for that stuff hitting here. Which brings me now to Force Friday. That's another new thing coming up. This has been my Force Thursday. This is a haul. This was Wednesday. I got all this today. And for £1.99 a piece, it's stuff I needed as well. And I'm not going to lie to you, I did get multiples of some stuff. And I'll explain why I got that as well shortly. So that's what I got today. I was going to say something else then. I've slipped my mind. Force Friday. Yeah, I don't really know what the situation is with Force Friday over here, really. I don't plan on going anywhere. I suppose somewhere like I guess Forbidden Planet will be doing something. I know some online retailers are doing stuff, but for me, I'm not really going to be going anywhere on Friday. I'll just take what I can after that date, It's just all a bit of a marketing gimmick, but it would be fun to go a place like Forbidden Planet. If I knew that they were going to be landing loads of those Poe Dameron X-Wings, I'd be there. But I don't know if that's the case. So if you have any UK news on Force Friday, then let me know. And now I really want to show you this haul. But before that, more news. Yes, there was also an announcement for the vintage collection. I saw this on Yakface's Instagram of a not Yoda, what am I talking about? A Vader challenge set. I don't know what that means. That's exciting. Anything that comes out that's for the vintage collection is good. But I'll be also honest there that I'm a bit disappointed that the news that we saw was not anything to do with Dooku, nothing to do with a Blue Sky Fett, or even a squid face. You know, people like that. Is it squid face? Yeah, it's squid face. You know, things like that would really get me more excited. But still, you know, who knows what it means. And on to what I got. So I finally got hold of this Tarkin here. I haven't opened it yet. I will get that open soon though, but it looks nice actually just sealed in the box like that, crazily enough. It's just very nice. If you took it out, that figure, it would definitely look bare as opposed to it just being an empty box, which you can get away with some vehicles actually. And then this is what I got from Home Bargain today, and I got it for purely because this is an awesome figure, by the way. This is the Emperor Palpatine from the Last Jedi line. Sorry about the light, let me move it closer to this light here. That is just incredible. If you haven't got one of them, get one. You need it. They will never get better than that. And I really want to do something with it. I haven't just bought it because I already own one. I bought it with customization in mind. I want to get that recarded by Tatooine Customs, so I'm going to be on the... Well, I've just messaged him now, actually, to see what he's up to. I haven't spoken to him for a while, Lee. But hopefully he will... If I can send that off to him, he could put that on a Palpatine card, and I will review it on this channel. Give me a thumbs up if you'd like to see that. That would be awesome, because he does really good modern vintage collection customizations. So, as you saw, the Dooku that I gave away in the last giveaway, the previous video, that was made by him. So check out Tatooine Customs. He does great bubbles in the modern vintage Hasbro Kenner style. Right, I got this guy because it occurred to me the other day actually. I thought, man, I've only got one Flame Trooper, so I'm glad to have another one. This was a really big find today. A Hermit Luke, which is really good, which brings me to a friend of mine, Nathan Jenkins, friend of the channel. He has put his poncho from his Rey poncho on one of these figures, and it looks really good, so I intend to do that as well. I did get two of this guy today as well. Multiples, folks. You know, they're there for $2.99. And I got them. I didn't go completely crazy. There were some left in the store, so I didn't absolutely fill a basket so that nobody can... You know what I'm saying? I'm just conscious of people hitting the down button, the unlike button here now. They're probably thinking, you bastard, I want that stuff, you know, you've taken them all anyway. So here is First Order Stormtrooper, you know, for $1.99. You've got to do it. To be honest, I've got one of... The helmet's slightly different on this First Order Stormtrooper. It's kind of like a bit more longer. The snout is longer. So I have one that I bought 2 years ago. Man, crazy. The Force Friday for The Last Jedi. Oh my God, I bought it for $9.99. A tenner it cost me, which is a lot of money. This was only $1.99. That's more like it. And so I thought, well, I'll get another one to keep it symmetrical, you know. So I've got two of that style. You might not see that there's any difference between any other release of the First Order Stormtrooper, but believe me, there is. I've been to 4 Home Bargains today, ladies and gentlemen. I got all these from the one where I work, and then I went down to another one further down the road from where I work, and they had absolutely nothing, man. They had that horrible Rose Tico wave only. And that Yoda's in there, and that's rubbish. This is the wave you want. Well, I did anyway, because things like that, wow, yeah. Good army builders in here, good rare stuff that I've not seen. And then I went to a 3rd Home Bargain, and I found this guy all on his own. That's the only thing they had in there. I did get a Chewie from Solo recently, and he looks exactly the same as that one, but I got this one. I nearly didn't buy it. But then I thought, hang on a minute, I don't have a Porg. So I got it. And then look at this. This is in there for $3.99. You can get Han Solo. Oh, come on, focus, man. It's not very dark. I'm sorry about the lighting today, ladies and gentlemen. Han Solo, the 2-pack with this Fett is awesome. So this is another one. I've bought this, even though I've got one loose already. I'm going to get that customized by Tatooine Customs, put on a Blue Sky card back. Let's do this, man. That'll be awesome. And then I got this because why not? I already have a set that I bought a while ago from, I can't remember where I bought it. I think it was the Entertainer. But this, you know, you can army build him. I don't know how many different types of Praetorian Guard there are, and then that's a certain type of helmet. I think somebody told me there was 2 of each with like the helmet like that, and then the one that's in the vintage collection, there were 2 types. How many were there in the film? 8 Praetorian Guards in total? I don't know. And that brings me now to this figure here. Now this is very rare for me to... In fact, this is the first 6-inch bloody wrestling figure I've bought in 20 years. I think I got one when I was 18, when I was in America. And at that age, even when I bought one then, I thought, why am I buying figures? Surely I've grown up by now, but look at me now. I'm a lot older than that. I'm 20 years down the line, and now look how many figures I buy now. But anyway, I don't really want to make this a habit buying wrestling figures. I will review this separately, but I got this because the Ultimate Warrior is just such an icon. And I'll do a full review on this, but I just thought, man, I bought this to open. Although a lot of these, as you know, I had this problem. I was buying stuff from home bargaining places, bringing them home, and I was hanging them on the pegs, and they look great on here, but I've dismantled all that and put it into storage for now, till I get myself into a new place. But he would look good swinging on those pegs, but I'm not going to have him in packaging. He is going to be opened. If I ever see any good characters like the Ultimate Warrior, I will buy them, but he is worthy of getting out of that packaging. I can just see him being on here, not with necessarily all that stuff. That's just there temporarily as well, but just having the Ultimate Warrior standing there with his arms aloft, what an icon. I love the Ultimate Warrior. Jim Hellwig. There's a documentary on Jim Hellwig put out by the WWE in the 2000s, maybe 2005, and it's called The Self-Destruction of the Ultimate Warrior, and they were really... they weren't really kind to him, really. I mean, I don't know what he was like. Maybe he was as bad as they made out. You know, it was, clearly he was somebody who was potentially difficult to get along with, and you know, all about the money. But at the end of the day, maybe he knew his own success. He was that good, and he is that good. All he had to do was run out, and he would make the crowd pop. He had what a lot of them don't have, the it factor. Do you want to call it whatever? He had what you need to make it. He had what Hogan had, and so few people have it. He had the look. He had the speaking ability, maybe not. I don't know. He's crazy, really, because his wrestling skills weren't even necessarily that good. But man, I just remember thinking he was awesome. I'd never even seen him wrestle years ago when I was about, say, I'm talking 30 years now. I hadn't even seen the guy wrestle, and I saw a picture of him, and I thought, wow, this is awesome. I got into wrestling. Yeah, well, primarily because of Hulk Hogan, really, but this guy as well was just right there. I'm waffling on, but yeah, I could talk all day about that kind of thing. I love it. So if you want to see me review this, I will definitely do that anyway. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you want me to do more reviews of wrestling. Actually, don't do that, because I'll end up spending more money. I need to save my money for this stuff. Star Wars only. Star Wars only. Anyway, so there you go, folks. I thought I'd give you a bit of an update, and I'm looking forward to the weekend. I'm going to get the skiff. And what else? Hopefully the other figures from the eBay haul I did recently for the hand carbonite, and that is pretty much it. So ladies and gentlemen, my message just to close out tonight is get down to Home Bargain. It's all happening. This cost me a little bit more. This was $8.99, that, but I thought, sod it, you know. I just like, oh yeah, that was the other thing I was going to say about this figure of the Ultimate Warrior. That was my favourite kind of era of him. That was just at the point when he was, say, Intercontinental, on his route to being the world champion, you know. Man, he did so well, and they gave it to him on a plate, but, you know, one could argue he deserved it, man, because he was special. God rest his soul. Jim Hellwig. Warrior! Warrior. He was crazy as well, man. He was crazy. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. This has been Only One Kenobi. Only one. Out.